In this worksheet, we are going to take lookups one step further because we've already done a standard lookup, which is usually a VLookup, and we've done a large table lookup. But now we need to look a little bit further about when we need to use VLookups nested within another VLookup. So if you have a look at the spreadsheet, I've got my salary data, the state that each employee is in, and we want to calculate the tax rate. However, it's not that easy because if you look at my tax rate table over here, it is referred by code, and my code is in a second table which then refers to the state. So technically I first need to look up which state relates to which code, and once I've got my code I can then look up the relevant tax rate. So the first thing to do is actually start the first process and then go back and complete the lookup. So let's start by looking up which code is my first cell, C4, Alabama, which code does that relate to? So I'm going to be looking up Alabama. In the table, for the purpose of this, you can also just select both of the columns. Don't forget to lock your tables. You will find the code for Alabama in column number 2, and in this case we want an exact match for the formula to work. So this will now tell me that Alabama is code AL, which is the lookup that we need to be able to go and find the corresponding tax rate. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in front of our VLookup and start the bigger VLookup, you could call it, and the lookup value is going to be the result of this existing lookup. We're going to use this table. We'll find the tax rate in column number 2, and again we are looking up an exact match. So let's have a look if this has worked. It's looking up Alabama, it's taking AL, and from AL it's looking up the code and then giving us the tax rate of 34. And then from there you can either convert to a percentage or leave the numbers as is. And keeping in mind, sometimes you may have situations where you have multiple fields where you may need to look up 4 or 5 or 6 times before you get the lookup value that you are wanting that will give you the result that you are looking for.